Can't remember if this is the first time this season I've worn this thing for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but boy, oh boy, it's well needed. And people are probably going to say, well, why didn't you win this last game against Montreal? I'm like, well, you know what? I thought I'd give the guys benefit of the doubt. The odd game here and there, you'll have a stinker, and that was definitely a stinker. But tonight, oh, baby, we're back again. Talking about a loss by the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I understand people are saying, dude, relax. They're 32-14-4. They still had a point in the game. I get that. But if you are a Leaf fan, and by the way, Columbus Blue Jackets fans, I'm guessing there's going to be a few here. The life as a Leaf fan is this. The team can't just lose a game. It's either got to be some monumental breakdown or it's got to be just lots of storylines built into it. Coming into the game, you got JF Berube in the net for Columbus. The guy is ancient as all heck. He's played like 36 games in the NHL. Do I smell Samboni driver vibes? I think we all do. So this guy's actually played in the NHL, so you can kind of give him that. And the first period rolls around. Michael Bunting scores off a gorgeous feed from Mitch Marner as he's falling down. Bunting buries it at 4:50, and the Leafs have the 1-0 lead. Good stuff. After one period of play, shots on goal are 14-10 in favor of Columbus, but a lot of pucks were to the outside. Nothing crazy. Jack Campbell did his thing, stopped all 14. Beautiful. What a great first period. That all goes downhill from there. Patrick Laine, beautiful shot on the rush. Yeah, beats. And the new guy, Lyubushkin, I thought he was great in the first period. And even on that Laine goal, he took away the pass, gave Jack Campbell the shot. Unfortunately, it's Patrick Laine's shot. And of course, Patrick Laine, always compared to Austin Matthews, he buries it, and it's 1-1. And that was goals at 6:13. And then David Campbell with an absolutely gorgeous feed to Austin Matthews. Matthews goes to the backhand and buries it at 15:23 the second period. And the Leafs get the lead back. It's now 2-1. Heading into the third period, shots on goal were 17-5 in favor of the Leafs. And it looked like they just grabbed the hold of the game and we're going to ride into the sunset. But somehow they've only scored 2 goals on Berube to this point. But it's okay. You got the lead. Jack's feeling better. Okay, looking great. Things are going fantastic. You take a late penalty going into the third period. But he killed the first 10 seconds. It's okay. The abbreviated power plays don't really amount to much. Well, did this one amount to much or what? Because Adam Boquist, great-looking young player, gets across the blue line. What is Travis Dermott doing? I'm sorry. When you're backing up as a defenseman, you either A, get the hell out of the way, or get your stick on the puck. You always see defensemen skating back, stick in front of them, right? No, not Travis Dermott at least. Travis Dermott's got it up like he's a flipping goalie standing with his stick between his legs. What the heck are you supposed to do with that, bud? Get your stick out. Hey, his shot might have ramped up your stick or gone wide, or maybe the stick being there would have made the shot not as good. What the hell kind of defense is that? Oh, I'm trying to block the shot by looking like a dang idiot? Dermott. He's obviously a local native Ontario boy, and there's been lots of trade talks. No one wants him around here. I've tried to keep my faith with this kid because he's a second-round pick, and the hype was good, and he was great with the Marlies. Comes up here, has a great first year with the Leafs. We're this guy's good, he's good. What the heck was that? And then Jack Campbell. I understand Dermott, not good there. But Jack Campbell, that's a shot from so far out. Yeah, he was probably screened from the Dermott stuff, but Jack that was almost near the blue line. Jack doesn't pick it up. It beats him clean, and we're tied 2-2. And that was on the abbreviated power play, $1.05 in. And I'm thinking to myself, it's okay. Jack Campbell, you know what? It's okay. He's all right. He stopped, 2 on 19? That's not terrible. So it's okay. Just over 7 minutes in. And why not? Like I said earlier, the Leafs just can't just lose a game. They got to find a way to make some crazy here. The new guy, Lyubushkin, we see all the trades. I see it all over Instagram, Twitter. Everyone's like, Dubas W. And I'm like, wow, I've never heard that one before. That's not sarcasm. Everyone's ripping the guy to none, Dubas. And they bring in Lyubushkin for Nick Ritchie. And everyone's like, wow, W. And then in the third period, the puck goes back to the point for him, and it looks like he got a little too ahead of himself before the puck gets back to him, and it does hop over his stick as well. But he looks up, and the puck's not on his stick yet, and it bounces over him, and Brendan Guns. Brendan Gaunce is already at a full speed right at Lyubushkin. Now Lyubushkin's got to turn around and try and beat him. Good luck with that. Gaunce beats him to the puck, and Jack Campbell just leaves the 5-hole wide open. And I'm talking, it was wide open. And Gaunce just slides the 5-hole on the short breakaway. And now the Leafs are down 3-2. Gotta be kidding me. So again, as I mentioned, narrative-wise, so Patrick Laine got the goal. I'm not sure what Dermott was doing. You blow that one goal lead in the third period. Okay, great. Now you're trailing because your new guy couldn't handle the puck at the blue line and turns it over. Okay, this is fantastic. Meanwhile, JF Berube's in the net looking like he might pick up a W against the Leafs in regulation. We've seen this before with some Zamboni nonsense, but this guy, he has not played or won in a game, I don't know, for 1,400 days or some stupid number like that. Just leave it up to the Leafs to make that happen. Late in the game, Leafs pull a goal with 2.5 minutes. A very bold move from Sheldon Keefe, but it somehow pays off. As Jason Spezza, I mean, people can argue, and I know there's going to be people saying, well, I don't know how they called that a goal. Clearly it was no goal. Well, if it was clearly no goal, it would have been called no goal. My thought is this, and this is the only explanation that I can give, is that, where's my string? Oh, there it is. That was bothering me. The reason I called that a goal from Jason Spezza is he kicked it, technically redirected with his skating in, if you want to look at it that way. He kicks it with his foot, yes. However, the fact that right after he kicks it, the stick comes in hot looking to tap it home. So it's not like he stood there and full on gave it all, how you doing, and kicked it in. It looked like, with the kick and then the stick being right there, it might have redirected off the stick, or that's what the purpose was. So it clearly wasn't a distinct kicking motion to put it in. I don't know. That's my only thought. Because that's the only way that I looked at it. Look, you could have easily called that a kick because the skate did move forward. You always look to see if he just angled his skate and it hit his skate. No, he clearly went forward with it, but was more or less a kick pass to his stick that he was going for. And didn't even touch it. Like, people say, no, he didn't. Well, how can you see it 100%? And the puck is in the goalie's pads. Like, it's really tight. Every camera angle I saw, you couldn't give me concrete evidence that it didn't hit his stick or did, or either way, right? So that's my explanation. Again, I don't know what they were seeing. If they had some extra angles, maybe some goalie cam, I don't even know how that's going to give it to you. Either way, Spezza ties it, right? With Tavares and Matthews getting the assist at 17:54, the empty net pays off. You're feeling great about it. Finally, it looks like the Leafs have found their mojo again. It looks like they might come away with this win and make this narrative not as bad as it looks. And we go to overtime. 20 seconds in. Who is it? That's got to be a narrative, so who else is going to be? Patrick Laine comes down the right wing and just a wrist shot. Albeit it was a great shot. But Jack, it's just a wrist shot from far out, pal. I understand, and no one can sit here, and I know a lot of people have defended Jack Campbell, and I tried my best to do so. But no one can sit here and say that Jack played a great night and the defense was awful. Look, yes, should it have been a short breakaway for Brendan Gaunce? No. But the fact that Jack had his 5-hole absolutely wide open, just asking for it to be shot there, and it was, and it went in the back of the net, that's on him. Did Lyubushkin screw up? Oh, you're damn right he did. Did Dermott screw up? You're damn right, but that shot's way at the blue line. That shouldn't be going in no matter what. It didn't hit Dermott at all. So, that's awful. And then the Laine one, look, again, great shot from Laine, but it's from far out, and he beats him short side cheese. And I'm just like, Jack, and the one shot they got in OT, 20 seconds in, and of course, it's Patrick Laine. And leave it up to social media probably now saying, oh, Laine's better than Matthews. We all know that's a joke. We know it's an absolute joke. At this point, it's just to get Leaf fans all riled up. But it wouldn't just be a narrative. Because JF Berube picks up the win. Laine gets 2 goals. Jack Campbell's still struggling because he looked great in the first, decent in the second, and then falls apart. The defense was abysmal in the third. They were fantastic in the first. Even though they allowed 14 shots, everything was to the outside. It was great. And Lyubushkin, the newest guy that everyone's hyped about, and I thought he was great in the first 2 periods. Laid a couple of big bodies on them too, and I'm like, this is fantastic. And then he causes that, and I'm like, it wouldn't be a Leaf game without it. It's really tough being a Leaf fan. I know people are going to say, the Leaf fans are cancerous, and I know I saw it in the playoffs last year. And hey, look, Leaf fans are depressed as hell because we're used to stuff like this occurring. And I'm going to continue, and I'm going to make an oath to you guys. If you're still watching this video, I'm going to give you that. Second of all, I'm going until this Leaf team gives us a full 60 minutes and gives us a W. This is staying on my head. Because you know what? As I mentioned in the last video, it's not Mrazek. Heck, it's not Carter Hutton now. Those guys are not your answer in goal. It's Jack Campbell. And anybody thinking go out and get a goalie? Where in the world are you going to go out and get a goaltender that's going to go win you a Stanley Cup at the trade deadline? It never happens. So what the Leafs got in goal right now, they're going to have to work with. And who's the guy? It's Jack. Nobody else has showed any sort of good stuff. You'd be people who say, well, Joseph Woll was good for... The guy played like 4 games. Like, easy now. Mrazek wasn't great. He was getting beat like Swiss cheese yesterday, falling. It was just awful. Positioning was just abysmal. And Jack, again, he subbed all 14 in the first, was really sound, other than that one almost turnover that ended up in the back of that. He was great. And even in the second period, look, the line A shot, I mean, my God. I mean, it was in tight. I mean, off the post and in, just a beautiful shot. Fine, I'll give him that. But the rest of the goals were just not very good at all. And I believe this is the 7th game in his last 11 that is an under 900 save percentage. That is really bad. And he's got to find it. If this Leaf team wants to go anywhere, they're going to make the playoffs. That is pretty much evident. You got to be a 500 team to miss it, pretty much. I think Detroit's got they're just out, or they're in the last spot, or something like that, and they're like a 500 hockey team. So the Leafs are going to make the playoffs, but to do anything, because you're probably going to be facing Tampa or Florida, unless Boston has some monumental growth and the Leafs really fall off a cliff. If either of those things don't happen, which I don't think they will, you'll be playing either Tampa or Florida. And you're going to need Jack Campbell, nobody else, Jack Campbell, to be phenomenal if this team wants to get past the first round of the season. He has to be like Jack Campbell of the first few months. Maybe not to that extent, but at least 3/4 of that. This Jack Campbell that we've seen since December 1st, you're not going anywhere. I don't care how good your forward core is. I don't care how good your defensive core is. And the Leaf deep core, without Jake Muzzin now, doesn't look great. You got to be better. He has to be better. Nothing against Jack. I'm not making any pressure on him, but he's the guy. Like when Frederick Anderson was in net back in the day, he was the guy. You didn't have anybody else. If he went down, do you really trust like a Garrett Sparks? I mean, Curtis McElhinney, love the guy to death, Big Mac. But do you really trust these guys in playoff games? No. Do I trust Jack Campbell right now in playoff games? I think we can all agree. No, we don't. We want to. But his play over since December 1st and his last 11 games have not been good. And for Jack, he's got to turn it around. Now the Leafs D-core, look, again, when they play well like they did in the first, makes Jack look great with 14 stops because everything was to the outside. But the high danger chances were finding the back of the net. And those are the ones that great goalies in this league find a way to stop. Maybe not all of them, but at least most of them, or even some of them. Tonight, you didn't get that. The Leafs dominated a lot of play, but every time they had a decent opportunity or a great opportunity, they buried it. And the Leafs had some golden chances, but couldn't beat Berube. Next game for the Toronto Maple Leafs is at home on Thursday night as they host the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota's a great team this year. They're playing some fantastic hockey. I don't know what they're doing tonight. I know it was 1-1 in their game against Montreal, I believe. I don't know what the score is now, or if they're. It doesn't matter. No matter what, they're a 31-win team. We're a 32-win team going into today. It's going to be a dogfight, and it's a test against a great team. So Jack, he better be in net, because the last thing I want this team to do is go back and forth with goalies, because you need to solidify yourself as a number one. And Jack Campbell, for God's sakes, has done most of that this season. He's got to find himself again. All right? The Leaf fans, that is going to do it for this one. I'm sweating underneath this thing, so I'm going to take it off. Smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game. Would you like? Would you not like? From today's game day for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Again, I don't think they played a really bad game. It's just every bad thing that happened, or every chance they got, ended up in the back of the net. And that's the credit to Jack Campbell not being the greatest. And the Leaf D core are going to get the grade A plus chances. The Leaf fans, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Twitter link is down below, so follow, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram page is also down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition on Friday. And the way the Leafs are playing right now, that cannot come soon enough, as they're in Charlotte taking on the Hornets. But as for the Leafs, before then though, they are hosting the Minnesota Wild in Toronto on Thursday night, 7 p.m. puck drop there. It would be great against a great team in Minnesota to see Jack put up a good performance and have the guys win a game, in regulation preferably. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching to me ramble on and get all upset, because that's what Leaf fans are right now. All right, so thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you guys then.